Yo, what's up guys? This is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty. Welcome back to the channel. Many thanks to all of you who have supported me on Patreon. If you want access to exclusive and complete versions of the stories, join me on Patreon. I already have dozens of stories available there. You can even send fanfic requests. The link is in the description. Enjoy the video. Peace. Pirate awakened Conqueror's Haki at the start. 1 Chain. Chapter 1 Conqueror's Haki Show Prestige New Book for Collection. 276th. Chapter 1 Conqueror's Haki Show Prestige New Book for Collection. Next. New World. On the shore of the island, the Shanghai pirate flag on the mast was raised in the wind. The center of the crossed samurai swords had a hideous and penetrating skull pattern, and there were 2 red claw marks on the skull eyes that were as dark as the abyss of the night. Standing on the pirate ship, you can vaguely hear the deafening and bloody fighting sound of the island. Kill 91 people. Kill 92 people. Kill 93 people. ... A handsome young man with red eyes vaguely exuding hostility. Bai Ze's system virtual panel appeared in front of his eyes, the record of killing pirates time and time again, just like spawning monsters in the wild in the game. That's Bai Ze, one of our red hair pirates interns a week ago. The deputy captain Benn Beckman turned to Yasok beside him with a curved mouth. No, deputy captain, this kid named Bai Ze is more excited than anyone else when he sees a fight. It's good to be young. Looking at the dozens of pirates holding a samurai sword moving east and west, his eyes flickered. With a trace of envy, he also has the blood of the past. It is said that Teach, a member of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, sneaked and killed the captain of the 4th Division. The captain took this matter very seriously. Then Teach is very ambitious, and I am afraid that it will not be long before the sea will cause a bloody storm. Looking around, Benn Beckman had a picture of their captain, red-haired fighting Blackbeard. Although their captain underestimated the enemy, Blackbeard's strength really surprised them, otherwise their pirate flag would not have more than 2 road red claw marks. Before this, I hope that these fresh blood can grow up and even be able to take a stand alone in the future. When Benn Beckman was worried, Bai Ze's eyes became more scarlet. Kill 98 people. Kill 99 people. Ding. Congratulations to the host for killing 100 people and successfully binding the killing upgrade system after completing 100 consecutive kills. The system is activating. It's done. Bai Ze was overjoyed. His eyes were full of brilliance and the system was activated. Read more at fictionzone.net. He is not a person in this world but traveled to this pirate world a week ago, a world that Bai Ze dreamed of coming to. After he came into this world, he was hit by the system, but before that he had to kill 100 people to activate the system. It was also a week ago. Just a week ago, red hair pirates recruited troops and had always compared red hair. Like Bai Ze, he joined red hair pirates to activate the system. After a week of fighting, Bai Ze finally killed 100 people and activated the killing upgrade and system. The killing upgrade system has been activated successfully. With this system, host can become the strongest man in the pirate world in the shortest possible time. This system is dedicated to serving the host. As long as the host fights against the strong or kills the pirates, this system will reward the host treasure box according to the results. The stronger the opponent who fights or kills, the richer the treasure box rewards. Quote, Nani. As long as you kill, you can become stronger. Both the minions and the 4 emperors can burst out treasure chests. This is not bad. It is a must-have cheat for those who travel through this operation. Tut. Ding. Since the host is bound to this system for the first time, this system will reward the host awakening Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki. As soon as the system said this, Bai Ze was really shocked. Mother, Conqueror's Haki, that is, it is rumored that there is only one lucky person among a million people, and even if they have the qualifications of Conqueror's Haki, it is not necessarily able to awaken this FCK. Is interesting. Damn, Conqueror's Haki. As far as he knows, the red-haired pirate ship is now awakened in Conqueror's Haki. Ding. In view of the fact that the host has completed 100 consecutive kills in 1 week, the system will reward the host shock fruitone. Note. This system provides shock fruit that is not afraid of water and seastone. Shock fruit. Hearing the prompt from the system, Bai Ze's mind roared. In his impression, the devil fruit in the pirate world should be the only one. Although it has not been confirmed, it has been accepted by everyone. It is just the shock fruit in his own body. What the hell is meow? Moreover, I am not afraid of water and seastone. Mother, you must know that water and seastone can be said to be the nemesis of the owner of devil fruit, and now I have shock fruit, that even this weakness is gone. Doesn't it mean this shock of the machine? Fruit is worse than Whitebeard. The system, this is the rhythm to make yourself ascend to an immortal. That being the case, shock fruit use. Murmured from the bottom of my heart, and immediately Bai Ze felt as if he had been baptized with holy water and his spirit was instantly refreshed. A series of information about the use of shock fruit came to mind. Ah, Bai Ze, be careful. The rock star who came to Red Hair Pirates as interns is the same group of Bai Ze screamed to remind him. When Bai Ze came back to his senses, he saw a fierce pirate with a ferocious face holding a samurai sword falling from the sky, smashing his head. With a fierce stab, Bai Ze is about to be split in half. Extremely critical. Bai Ze's subconscious Conqueror's Haki burst open. Thump. Without hesitation, the pirate who was about to split Bai Ze in half cast his eyes directly and fell softly to the ground. Not only this, pirate, after a 0.1 second pause. Thump, thump, thump. The other pirates, no matter the enemy or the interns in the Red Hair Pirates field, even some members of Red Hair Pirates, did not pay attention. They rolled their eyes and passed out. In the blink of an eye, Bai Ze, Benn Beckman and many officials from Red Hair Pirates stood in the field. Swish. More than a dozen eyes looked at Bai Ze's body in the field. With him as the center, everyone was unconscious and their eyes were white. Especially Benn Beckman. Benn Beckman, who was originally doing talent discovery, gave him a shot and his eyes were filled with endless disbelief. It was Conqueror's Haki. Yes, that is Conqueror's Haki. Benn Beckman, as the deputy captain of Red Hair Pirates, has a combat power comparable to that of a red-haired existence. He has never seen anything. Among millions of people, there is only one lucky Conqueror's Haki who actually appeared in their intern at Red Hair Pirates. Hiss. What? How is this possible? Conqueror's Haki, like the captain, is far less powerful than the captain, but Conqueror's Haki can grow. The cadres of Red Hair Pirates all looked straight. They couldn't believe what they saw before their eyes. An intern on their ship actually had Conqueror's Haki. Chapter 2 Challenge Benn Beckman, new book for collection. 276. Chapter 2 Challenge Benn Beckman, new book for collection. Conqueror's Haki. Everyone, including Benn Beckman, was shocked by the sudden appearance of Conqueror's Haki on the court. After a full minute, the pirates who were lying on the ground in a coma woke up one by one, completely unaware of what happened. Conqueror's Haki can shock or stun the enemy with his own spirit, but if you don't control it well, it will involve everyone around you at the same time. That is whether you are the enemy, just like Bai Ze, who has just awakened Conqueror's Haki. Same. He used Conqueror's Haki to frighten the enemy, but all his comrades, including Rockstar, were also lost in seconds. All the cadres around him changed their eyes when they looked at Bai Ze again. Joke. That's the possession of Conqueror's Haki. As long as the existence of Conqueror's Haki exists, the future achievements are absolutely unimaginable. Just like their captain, red-haired Shanks, the original Shanks were just trainees on the Gul D. Roger ship because of his awakening. With Conqueror's Haki, this made him qualified to become a 4 Emperor. What happened? How come I suddenly fainted? It's weird. The pirates who had awakened touched the back of their heads and were completely unclear about what had just happened, even Rockstar. At the time when many pirates were talking about it, Benn Beckman stared at Bai Ze with sharp eyes. His eyes could not stop excited. You are called Bai Ze? I really didn't expect that among our Red Hair Pirates interns there would be one person awakened Conqueror's Haki in battle. Benn Beckman's flat voice was heard by the ears of many unknown pirates and his mind roared like a thunder. Conqueror's Haki. Bai Ze awakened Conqueror's Haki. I drop a boy, they heard it right, they fainted just now because this guy awakened Conqueror's Haki. Host shocked 357 pirates and got a treasure chest. Will it be opened? Turn on. Without any hesitation, Bai Ze didn't expect that Conqueror's Haki's little test sword would even have this reward. It is said that the system is getting more and more cute. Congratulations to host for getting the Conqueror's Haki experience card X100. Bring up the properties panel. Name. Bai Ze. Age. 19. Ability. /LV3 Conqueror's Haki LV2. Devil Fruit. Shock Fruit LV1 level. Item. None. Looking at the attribute panel in the field of vision, the corner of Bai Ze's mouth was curved. Goo. Read more at fictionzone.net. White. Bai Ze, you really awakened. Conqueror's Haki. Rockstar stared at Bai Ze with a pair of big bean-sized eyes. After this week he and Bai Ze became ordinary friends and he couldn't accept this fact at all. You must know that the Rockstar was originally the leader of the pirate group. The amount of rewards offered on Marine is as high as 94 million Baileys, which is nearly 100 million Baileys. This is not a small record. And Bai Ze, but with a bounty of 100,000 Baileys, the gap between the two is more than galaxy. However, now tell him that the intern with a reward of $100,000, the horse-riding horse, has awakened Conqueror's Haki, and no one can accept this. He had always had his own sense of superiority before because he and Bai Ze had played against each other many times, and every time he won by Rockstar, Bai Ze has awakened Conqueror's Haki, which is absolutely unprecedented for him. Blow. Bai Ze I. Rockstar challenges you. Rockstar, who was struggling at the last moment of the author, didn't believe that Bai Ze was better than him and clamored for the challenge. As soon as Rockstar said this, Benn Beckman looked at Rockstar and nodded. This kid is also pretty good. When Bai Ze heard the challenge of Rockstar, Bai Ze smiled and thought he was the same Bai Ze before, but since the challenge he just happened to try the same shock fruit like Whitebeard. How amazing it is. It is good. After thinking for a while, Bai Ze readily agreed with the attitude of trying. That. Rockstar turned red when he thought of the scene just now. Bai Ze, we don't allow Conqueror's Haki to be good. Rockstar coughed slightly and joked. If Bai Ze uses Conqueror's Haki, he has no chance of winning. He is not a fool. Yes. Bai Ze, who had no intention of using Conqueror's Haki, agreed directly. The battle between the two was formed in the surrounding. Benn Beckman and many cadres also looked at Bai Ze, but they knew that Bai Ze had never won the previous match between the two. For a while, on the open space, the two stood still 3 or 4 meters apart, surrounded by spectators. Who do you think will win? It should be the Star of Rock. Although Bai Ze awakened Conqueror's Haki, his skill is not likely to improve much. Well, I think so too. The surrounding cadres also followed the two people in the field, one after another, talking about their predictions. Hey, Bai Ze has no eyes. You have to be careful. If Bai Ze opened Conqueror's Haki and gave him 10 courage to Rockstar, he would not dare to do so, but without opening Conqueror's Haki he was 100% sure to defeat Bai Ze. I am coming. Rockstar, who was holding a katana in both hands, slammed his feet on the ground, and with the sound of tearing the air he attacked Bai Ze, who was holding the katana in his right hand diagonally downward. The speed is very fast. The bounty can be offered by Marine. 94 million Bailey is not a vegetarian. Just when Rockstar was 1 meter away from Bai Ze moved and saw Bai Ze holding the katana diagonally downward in his right hand. He took a step forward. The katana in his hand was wrapped around the shock fruit's ability. After an arc, it collided with Rockstar's katana. When the two soldiers met each other, the two weapons touched together and made a dull sound. In the next instant, a figure turned into a cannonball and flew out quickly, both hands trembling uncontrollably, and the tiger's mouth cracked. When the strong wave settled, the Rockstar was already smashed 5 feet away by Bai Ze's slash, which is more than. A mark of 5 feet was drawn at the feet of Rockstar, and the love sword in his hand made a crack. With the spare force of shock fruit, it turned into fragments of weapons and fell to the ground rustlingly. The power of a sword is horrible. Everyone present was stupid, especially the interns of Red Hair Pirates and many cadres, including Benn Beckman. Congratulations to the host for offering a reward of 94 million Rockstar and a treasure chest. May I ask the host to open the shortcut to automatically open the treasure chest? Haha, open it. Bai Ze smiled inwardly. This system is good enough. Congratulations to host for getting the slash upgrade card X20. Congratulations to host for getting the shock fruit upgrade card X20. Use it all. Without hesitation, after getting the slash and shock fruit upgrade cards, he directly blessed them. Although it was only 20 points, Bai Ze obviously felt that he had taken another step in his mastery of the slash and shock fruit. Ha 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 ha, good, good. It seems that our pirate group needs another super strong combat power. The strength is as strong as Benn Beckman. Of course he knows that Bai Ze has kept his hand, otherwise the Rockstar at the moment is afraid that it has become a corpse. A random blow is to kill Rockstar with a bounty of nearly 100 million in seconds. Doesn't this mean that the strength of this intern is at least 100 million? Very good, Bai Ze. What rewards do you want? I can satisfy you. Benn Beckman was in a good mood and found such a genius with Conqueror's Haki. What a joy in the fitting room. This is serious. Of course. Benn Beckman proudly patted Hungarian. As long as you say it, I will definitely satisfy you. Then, I want to challenge you, Deputy Captain Benn Beckman. As soon as Bai Ze said this, everyone around him was stunned. Everyone looked at Bai Ze with horror. I wiped it, they heard it right, this kid actually threatened to challenge their deputy captain. The combat power is second only to the red-haired Shanks. Benn Beckman. Chapter 3 Shock Fruit, New Book for Collection. 276. Chapter 3 Shock Fruit, New Book for Collection. Challenge me. As soon as he said this, Benn Beckman was stunned. The cadres around Red Hair Pirates looked at Bai Ze with great interest, but they hadn't seen their deputy captain Benn Beckman for a long time. It's interesting. Since I promised you anything, I will make an exception to discuss with you today. Benn Beckman looked at Bai Ze with deep intentions. He also wanted to know the limit of this kid who had awakened Conqueror's Haki, and he still one purpose is to let Bai Ze know that Conqueror's Haki will not be invincible after awakening. After all, awakening and application are different concepts. Oh yo. Benn Beckman's words immediately made the eyes of many cadres of Red Hair Pirates full of interest. As for the pirates around, the eyes were bright. Benn Beckman is the deputy captain of their pirate group. His strength is comparable to their captain's. Red Hair. I remember that the last time the deputy captain shot was half a year ago. Thinking of seeing the deputy captain taking action in a moment, the officers and members of the surrounding Red Hair Pirates all watched the field with 12 points. For a while, Bai Ze and Benn Beckman were surrounded by the open space in the center, surrounded by the officers and members of the pirate group. This kid is good enough to challenge Deputy Captain Benn Beckman. No, it seems that this kid is awakened. Conqueror's Haki is swollen. Hey, there is a good show here, our Deputy Captain. This is the rhythm of teaching Bai Ze. The surrounding cadres talked about vomiting. Lockstar, who was crushed by the katana by Bai Ze, stared at the field with a dumbfounded face. He couldn't believe what he saw, because just yesterday he clearly remembered Bai Ze. Not his opponents, but today. In just one day, what did he experience? Not only did his strength soar, but he was also killed by him. Under the sword just now, Rockstar knew that Bai Ze's strength here is far beyond his ability to deal with. Bai Ze, boy, shoot as you wish. Benn Beckman waved his hand and said arrogantly, such a good seedling must be beaten well in the future. Maybe before the storm comes, their gangsters will have another incredible core combat power. Captain Benn Beckman, be careful. Since the opponent was Benn Beckman, Bai Ze didn't need to keep his hands holding the katana in both hands, carrying the incomparable capital, and swung it down together. Conqueror's Haki and Shock Fruit poured into the katana at the same time, and the entire katana was on the verge of collapse. A slash slashed out. It drew a white arc in the air, and the speed was so fast that it instantly came to Benn Beckman. Benn Beckman saw the arc in front of him protruding his right palm and directly caught Bai Ze's slashing attack in anticipation of everyone. Read more at fictionzone.net. This attack. As soon as his right palm touched the slash from Bai Ze, Benn Beckman suddenly felt something wrong, because the intensity of the slash was far beyond his expectations. Not only was it mixed with Conqueror's Haki, but there was also some kind of shock. Suddenly Benn Beckman thought of the scene where Bai Ze smashed the Rockstar katana with a single sword. Could it be? Bai Ze, you are a devil fruit person. That's right, this is the only weird one that can explain which hit just now. The devil fruit feel can't be wrong. Benn Beckman is confident in his instincts. What? Devil fruit? The Red Hair Pirates officers and pirates around, their eyes filled with horror. Conqueror's Haki has already surprised them. Now this kid named Bai Ze is still demon fruit power. Haha, you deserve to be the deputy captain. Bai Ze retracted his slashing posture and stood still without hiding his laughter. Sure enough. Benn Beckman narrowed his eyes and continued to ask, the slash you used just now has a vibrating effect. I don't know what fruit you are eating. Shock fruit. The flat voice resounded in the ears of Benn Beckman, many cadres and the thieves present like a thunderstorm. What did they hear? This guy said his ability is shock fruit. How can this be? Only one devil fruit has ever appeared. Now Whitebeard is alive and well, how could there be another shock fruit? This is incredible and incredible. Oh then, how do you prove it? Benn Beckman is different from others because he knows more about devil fruit and asks Bai Ze with a deep look. Proof. It's very simple, the deputy captain hit me immediately. The corner of Bai Ze's mouth was curved. To be honest, shock fruit just upgraded the new skills he got in his mind, and he also wanted to test it out. However, Benn Beckman is undoubtedly the best subject for his experiment because he doesn't have to worry about the opponent being beaten to death by himself. Okay Bai Ze, do whatever you want. Benn Beckman here is completely afraid to look down on the young man in front of him. If this guy really has shock fruit, he really can't underestimate the enemy. Looking at Benn Beckman's solemn appearance, the surrounding cadres and pirates all raised their throats and stared at the field unblinkingly. Then I'm welcome. The corner of Bai Ze's mouth raised a curve and the soles of his feet slammed on the ground, which immediately turned into a stream of light. The shock fruit's power was concentrated on the right fist faintly with a white sphere. Shattering, empty, breaking. Hey, this little one turned out to be true. Seeing the white light of Bai Ze's right fist, Benn Beckman's face was solemn. Armament Haki covered his entire body and immediately banged his fist against Bai Ze's fist. Bang! The dull voice came out, and the next moment was the endless energy centered on Bai Ze and Benn Beckman scattered in all directions. The surrounding cadres were dumbfounded and the weak pirates were directly lifted off. Got out. Within 5 feet of Bai Ze Benn Beckman's surroundings, the ground was sunken into it to a depth of 3 inches. Dust was splashing and the vigor was flying. Rockstar looked at the power in the field. His eyes were filled with horror and surprise. That guy turned out to be, my God, how could it be possible? Chapter 4 singled out the red-haired cadres of the whole group. Please collect. 4276. Chapter 4 singled out the red-haired cadres of the whole group. Please collect. The dust dissipated and eyes gathered. Many cadres and pirates of red hair pirates stared at the field one by one. Their eyes widened suddenly. FK, this is the aftermath of the battle. The Bai Ze intern of Meow is so amazing. Have you fought to such an extent? Look at it. Deputy Captain Benn Beckman took a half step back. Wow! A nearby member screamed in exclamation, and immediately everyone looked over. As expected, Benn Beckman in the field stepped back while Bai Ze on the other side stepped back more than 10 steps, but even this is enough to be proud of. Joke. Who is Benn Beckman? That is the presence of the red-haired captain whose combat power is comparable to that of their red-haired captain. Benn Beckman is the 4 emperors and his confidants are extremely jealous, and he is even more famous on the marine side. The deputy captain, that is the existence of exercising the captain's rights when the captain no longer exists. If there is not enough strength to suppress it, who will obey? With a punch, Benn Beckman, who was armed and full body, took a step back. This is definitely a big news in the pirate world. If this incident goes out, it will definitely cause a sensation in the entire East Daxia Sea and the New World. Even the 4 emperors can't keep calm. Congratulations to the host fighting Benn Beckman and repelling him 1 step. Get a treasure chest. Awaken Armament Haki. Armament Haki. Hearing the voice of the system, Bai Ze's eyes fell on Benn Beckman, who was across Armament Haki. Conqueror's Haki is actually Armament Haki Mother's. The system does not deceive me. Tisk tut, okay, good kid. Feeling the unparalleled impact, Benn Beckman was not ashamed of taking a step back but was extremely happy. The stronger Bai Ze is, the more beneficial it will be for their red hair pirates. Judging from the power just now, the strength of this guy is definitely higher than most of the cadres of their pirate group. I thought it would take a while for this kid to grow up to reach this height, but I didn't expect this kid to be so heaven-defying. Regarding Benn Beckman's words, Bai Ze didn't take it to heart because he was digesting the information from the armed color at this time. Although Benn Beckman said so, he knew that Benn Beckman hadn't tried his best and he probably had suspected of underestimating the enemy. After this battle, Bai Ze became famous in red hair pirates. But at the same time, on the coast of the island there is a well-proportioned body with a red hair, 3 scars on the left eye, short beard and empty left arm, fluttering in the wind, wearing a long black cloak, looking from a distance. Come slowly. Hey, it's just a solution to a wave of little pirates. It takes such a long time. Well, this is. Before the red-haired words were finished, a ray of light bloomed in a certain room because he felt the familiar to no longer familiar breath floating in the air. Read more at fictionzone.net. Conqueror's Haki. That's right, it's Conqueror's Haki. That's right, is it? Someone in the opposing pirate group has Conqueror's Haki. His eyes flashed. Benn Beckman, what's going on? The solemn expression in his eyes made no secret because the person who owns Conqueror's Haki would definitely not be an ordinary person, but why he didn't notice it on the pirate ship. Captain, you are here. We have another evil genius on board. Seeing the arrival of red hair, no matter the cadres or pirates around, their eyes were full of worship and fanaticism because the captain in front of them was one of the New World 4 emperors, the red-haired Shanks. A character who can overwhelm the era. He captain, we just awakened Conqueror's Haki by an intern on the boat. Benn Beckman saw Shanks solemnly, looked at Bai Ze deeply and said to Shanks with a laugh. What? The red hair heard it and a sharp glow appeared in the eyes, and his eyes passed many cadres and members of the pirates and finally fell on the body, and there was still a trace of Conqueror's Haki. This is the reason why Bai Ze never conquered Conqueror's Haki. This kid is Bai Ze. The red-haired slender fingertips touched the forehead under the red bangs. He obviously has some memories of this passionate intern who just joined. Benn Beckman told him before that the bounty of his intern on board was only 100,000 Baileys. Newcomer. Yes, Bai Ze awakened the same Conqueror's Haki like you, and just now, except for me and more than a dozen cadres, all the rest were killed by Bai Ze's Conqueror's Haki. When Benn Beckman spoke, Kakuzu asked. The grin reached the bottom of their ears, and their intern this time actually appeared a heaven-defying level evildoer. Well, Captain, this kid not only awakens Conqueror's Haki, he also has shock fruit like Whitebeard on him. It's hard to imagine that there are two devil fruits that are exactly the same in this world. Tusk. Yasop looked at Bai Ze in the field. I was full of emotions, to be honest. He was envious. After all, Conqueror's Haki didn't want to be awakened by awakening. Sure enough, there is more than one devil fruit of the same species. The red hair thought of something and his eyes bloomed with brilliance. Although there are no two devil fruits appearing at the same time, there is no evidence that there is only one devil fruit of the same ability. Ha 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 ha, if you let Whitebeard know that someone has the same shock fruit as him, I don't know what his expression will be. It must be very exciting. When I think of Whitebeard knowing about this, I'm afraid I'll be shocked. Not only Whitebeard, if this news goes out, it is estimated that Bai Ze will definitely become the prey of everyone. After all, only the owner of devil fruit will die. Only then will the corresponding devil fruit be obtained from it. If this matter is spread out, the consequences will be absolutely unimaginable. At least until Bai Ze grows up, this news cannot be leaked. Suddenly there were no signs. With red hair as the center, the tsunami-like Conqueror's Haki instantly enveloped the entire island. Except for red hair pirates, all the other pirates mentally collapsed and corpses were on the ground. The dead can no longer die. Red hair pirates, none of the pirates including the interns were in a coma. Conqueror's Haki's control is obviously extremely precise, unlike Bai Ze at all. The whole process lasted for a second. The turbulent Conqueror's Haki was instantly restrained by red hair, and the violent hostility went straight into the sky and enveloped everyone in the pirates. Everyone including Bai Ze felt their souls trembling. This is true. The coercion of the strong. The shock fruit matter must not be leaked. If it is leaked, I will personally send him out of this world. Shanks pulled out a curve at the corner of his mouth as his usual approachable posture was completely inconsistent, but everyone who was familiar with the red-haired pirate group knew very well that he was not joking. Hiss. As soon as Shanks said this, everyone took a breath. Withdrawing the cold eyes, the red hair with a transient face regained a gentle smile. Next, I announce an appointment, and Bai Ze will be my red hair pirate's cadre from now on. Benn Beckman. Shanks. This. Many cadres. The pirates in the surrounding pirate group were all shocked. They heard that right, the captain wanted Bai Ze to be a cadre. Especially Rockstar, his eyes are filled with surprise and amazement. That's not right, Captain, I have always been appointed as a cadre. If this case is broken, I am afraid it will be difficult to convince people in the future. A cadre heard this and glanced at Bai Ze a little dissatisfied. Other cadres also heard that, their faces changed and obviously their mood fluctuated greatly. Although this guy has awakened Conqueror's Haki and owns shock fruit, they are not vegetarian. The expressions of many cadres were in full view. Benn Beckman laughed round the scene and looked at Bai Ze deeply. Of course he knew that Shanks was tying Bai Ze to their boat. Bai Ze, what do you think? With Benn Beckman's words, the eyes of many cadres and pirates gathered on him, even with blushing hair. Does strength matter? Under everyone's attention, Bai Ze didn't have a slight fluctuation in his mood, and he whispered and then glanced at the many cadres around him. He would not let such an excellent opportunity to harvest experience, in this case. 13 cadres, you guys. Let's go together. Chapter 5. 13 cadres mad, please collect. 5276. Chapter 5. 13 cadres mad, please collect. Let's go together. Bai Ze said in a frenzied sentence that all the 13 cadres on the spot were stunned. They all looked at Bai Ze in astonishment. Is this guy caught in the door? He wants to challenge all of their cadres. You must know that each of their cadres is the core combat force of the pirate group, and the first prerequisite for becoming a cadre is to be proficient in Armament Haki and Observation Haki. The entire new world except for the 4 emperors. No one dared to provoke them like this because it was no different from hunting for death. Of course the forces from the Black Army and 7 warlords of the sea came out here. This kid can really cause trouble. The red hair pressed his forehead and said with a smile, but did not stop it. When Benn Beckman heard this, he smiled slyly. Isn't the captain familiar? You looked so much like him when you were young. Cough cough cough. Is there? The red hair smiled awkwardly, saying that this kid looked like him when he was young. Precisely because of this, the position of the 4 emperors is not someone else but his red-haired Shanks. You know, I think Whitebeard, Charlotte, Linlin and Kaido were 3-legged in the New World. During this time the red hair became the 4 emperors, and the sensation at that time was no less than that of being stabbed in the sky. Boy, it's crazy. I will meet you. Yasop, holding a pistol, stepped into the field. As a sniper for red hair pirates independent of the cadres, Yasop's combat power is very strong, except for outside of Benn Beckman, the strongest firearm master. Arriving in the field, Yasop Observation Haki and the whole Armament Haki turned on instantly, and the black Armament Haki armor covered the whole body and quickly spread to the pistol in his hand. The two stood still and the noisy field immediately became silent. At a certain moment a breeze came. With a swipe, Yasop's gun was almost at its extreme. With a bang, a powerful bullet wrapped in an armed color shot into the shoulder of Bai Ze as if through the void. After all, it was a teammate. He still knows the importance of starting. However, Bai Ze rotated his right palm on the side of his leg and moved forward slightly. Boom! In the next moment, Yasop, who was armed all over, was turned into a shell and flew upside down. Along the way he plowed out a multi-meter ditch and finally crashed into the boulder outside the corn. The above abruptly embedded in it. Moreover, on the surrounding boulders there is a slap mark of more than 5 feet. Immediately the right palm turned into a scissors shape and instantly appeared on his shoulders as if he had traveled through the void. Shock Fruit's ability gathered between his fingers and the air vibration suddenly appeared, neutralizing the special bullet that was wrapped in the armed color by Yasop. In this scene all the cadres and members of the pirates were dumbfounded. Benn Beckman and the red-haired Shanks looked at each other. Both of them saw the joy in each other's eyes. The combat power of this guy is far beyond their imagination, worthy of Whitebeard's Shock Fruit. This ability is really not ordinary. Congratulations to the host for finishing with Yasop, the core force of the red hair, and getting the Shock Fruit upgrade card X50 and the Armament Haki upgrade card X50. Looking at the record after the abuse of Yasop, Bai Ze is more motivated. He once again looked at the 13 red hair pirates cadres. The 13 people in front of him have become upgrade cards for his various skills. Read more at fictionzone.net. I said you don't believe that your core combat power will be shot together. The very timely and aggressive method is like stabs in the hearts of 13 cadres, and the violent factors of the whole body are instantly detonated. Good boy, in that case it will fulfill you. This guy is so arrogant he must be beaten into a pig head. Awakening Conqueror's Haki. What about having Shock Fruit see me breaking his 8 ribs with a punch? Go on, abused that kid. The 13 cadres were stunned on the spot, and the clay figurines all had 3 points, not to mention the 13 of them were the core combat power of red hair pirates. Give me. Benn Beckman just wanted to speak but was stopped by the red hair beside him. Shanks, you. He don't worry, if we are there the kid can still have trouble. You mean? Benn Beckman thought about it for a while and then he knew the redhead's plan. This was to let Bai Ze rise to power and by the way to study his strength. The two looked calmly at the field and the members of the red hair pirates present were dumbfounded, staring at the field in amazement as if a hungry wolf pounced on various moves and attacked Bai Ze. All they looked at, human adrenaline climbs sharply. Ma, what did I see? 13 cadres shot at the same time. It's the first time I saw this battle when I stepped on a horse. Especially Rockstar, looking at the situation and this scene in front of him, the whole person was silly, thinking of the defeat of his samurai sword just now. It turned out that this guy is much stronger than he just thought. Make your mouth hard, smash me. All of the 13 cadres attacked in an instant, none of them inferior to Yasop, and 13 gusts of howling wind stirred up clouds of dust. The originally dilapidated battlefield was instantly destroyed by these 13 cadres and various abilities were frequently used. Overlord slash. The rich Conqueror's Haki flooded into the katana and a crack came from the katana. Because Conqueror's Haki was too rich, the squeezed katana had already reached its limit. Cut. In the face of the oncoming 13 attacks, Bai Ze did not have any fancy moves, directly dominating all. The Silver Moon arc drew a beautiful arc in the air and instantly collided with the 13 attacks. Boom, boom. One after another, the roaring sound as endless dust is flying the air as torn the earth and rocks are splashing. All the members of the pirate group around retreat for fear of being hit by the earth and rocks and causing the pond fish. After a while the dust dissipated. Everyone's gaze swept across the field. All eyes were stupid. Unexpectedly, took it. A stupefied gaze came from the eyes of a famous pirate, including 13 cadres. All of them froze in place. They did not find their new attack at all, so they were easily resolved by a slash. However, without waiting for the progress of the 13 cadres, a devilish voice came into the ears. 13 cadres, be careful. Bai Ze's voice fell and his right palm came to the front of the air to be level and then slowly pressed down. In this scene, Benn Beckman and the red hair stared slightly shocked. Fruit. Really? As soon as the two men's thoughts appeared, a loud noise came from under the 13 cadres. The 13 cadres instantly sank their feet into the ground. With the captain of 13 as the center, a giant palm print measuring 20 feet in size appeared. The dust rose again. Boy, you. Boom. Without waiting for one of the cadres to finish speaking, Bai Ze pressed his palm slightly again. Plop. Thump thump. The 13 cadres immediately knelt on the ground and the endless dust dispersed. Everyone looked at the field, all dumbfounded and dumbfounded. Chapter 6. Take down the cadres and challenge the red-haired, seeking collection. 276. Chapter 6. Take down the cadres and challenge the red-haired, seeking collection. On the small island, the lungs of 13 red-hair pirates' cadres were puffed up. "Oh boy, there is something to take us." Without waiting for a cadre to end this sentence, the loud noise once again rose up in the field like thunder. The original palm print of 20 feet suddenly spread under the shaking of Bai Ze's palm, and it quickly spread and expanded to a full extent. It's 50 feet big. Overwhelming dust, sand and rocks are flying in all directions. Rockstar and the members of the surrounding red-hair pirates are all like tiger wolves. Yasop, who has struggled for a long time and jumped off the boulder, happened to see this scene. That kid so strong. Shanks, Benn Beckman glanced at each other and was happy in his eyes. It seems that they have another incredible core combat power from today. At this moment the heads of the 13 cadres in the field were all suppressed by Bai Ze shock fruit and they stuck to the ground. Ahem. Take it, take it. Finally a cadre could not bear it first and slapped his palms on the ground to admit defeat. They just heard that Whitebeard shock fruit has the power to destroy the world and now they have experienced it. Host has abused 13 red-hair pirates cadres. Slashing upgrade experience card X100. Conqueror's Haki upgrade experience card X100. Shock fruit upgrade experience card X100. After 3 100 experience cards in a row, Bai Ze is happy in his ears and don't feel too happy in his heart. Bring up the properties panel. Name: Bai Ze. Age: 19. Ability: /LV4 Conqueror's Haki LV2 Armament Haki LV1. Devil Fruit. Shock Fruit LV2 level. Item: none. The 13 cadres who had been defeated thought about what they said before. They were ashamed and embarrassed. When they look at Bai Ze again, their eyes have changed. This world is a world where the strong are respected. As long as you are strong enough, you will win others' respect. This is true of Marine Great Chang 7 warlords of the sea, and the same is true of the 4 emperors of their pirate forces. The 13 cadres no longer disagree with the promotion of cadres. Joke. The opponent's strength obviously has the level of a cadre. Although they were taken advantage of by Bai Ze under their care, on the other hand it also proved that Bai Ze has the possibility of defeating them, although this possibility is really fighting among them is very small. Read more at fictionzone.net. Bai Ze is their comrade in arms and the 13 ministers will naturally not come up and die. This is also the most important reason for the current situation, including the previous Yasop. Well, in that case, Bai Ze today know from now on he will be the 14th cadre of our red-hair pirates. The corner of the red hair's mouth raised an arc of joy and he announced loudly, I will treat you today. No, don't leave anyone drunk. Long live the head. Bai Ze. Bai Ze. Immediately the members of the Black Thief were all very excited. The eyes looking at Bai Ze were full of envy and jealousy, and there was such a trace of worship. As for the rock star, he swallowed his mouth. Benn Beckman was very happy when he saw the excited pirates. He couldn't help but fell on Bai Ze. He smiled and said in a good mood, "Bai Ze, congratulations on becoming the 14th cadre of Red Hair Pirates. Now, is there anything you want to tell everyone?" Benn Beckman's voice fell, and the many members of the Red Hair Pirates ship who were excited fell silent with a visible speed. "Bai Ze, with you today you have lost the face of all our cadres. You can be more careful in the future." A cadre jokingly joked around, causing the members of the surrounding pirate group to burst into laughter. Deputy Captain Benn Beckman, "Actually, I have always had a dream." Bai Ze looked serious with a sullen face and serious nonsense, and his gaze flicked to the red hair. "Actually, I really want to fight the captain. Want to see the existence between me and the 4 emperors." What a gap! Quote, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, quote. As soon as he said this, the audience fell into a deathly silence. IFK. What did they hear? This kid said he was going to fight the captain. Meow, who gave him the courage? Even Benn Beckman was stunned when he heard it. He didn't expect that this cadre, who had just become their Red Hair Pirates from an internship in the first sentence, thundered everyone including him. Challenge the red-haired Shanks. That's New World 4 Emperors. It's a very young age. Of course, what Bai Ze's plan is they will never know. This opportunity is not to be missed. He activated Armament Haki in a battle with Benn Beckman before. If it is against Shanks, one of the 4 emperors, he will what to activate. As for the challenge to Shanks, it was entirely within Bai Ze's plan. He finally entered the world of thieves. The only thing he could do was to do everything he could to become stronger in the shortest possible time. He didn't even think about it before completing it. The pirate dream that I dare to think about. People who don't want to be a pirate king must not be a competent pirate. Ahem. Bai Ze, although your strength is good, but I guess it is not the time to challenge the captain. After all, you have not even awakened the appearance of armed or seeing. I think it is still. Benn Beckman gave a dry cough, alleviating the small embarrassment in the field. After all, Bai Ze's words were too unscrupulous. Armed color. Bai Ze heard that the corners of his mouth curled up. Today no one can stop him from challenging the red hair, so the armed color he just got is also exposed. What qualifications are they? While talking, Bai Ze raised his right hand, Armament Haki surging out, and immediately the black armor-colored armor covered his entire fist, and it was more than. Soon Armament Haki covered his whole body, just like the previous Yasop and 13 cadres. Armament Haki. The pupils of Benn Beckman, who just forgave me for pressing, were collected again, as did Yasop and the 13 cadres, and even the red hair's eyes flashed with a glimmer of light. Shock. All these people are not calm anymore. Rockstar is the boss with a big mouth. His eyes are almost bulging, staring at the fist covered by Armament Haki in the field. This guy, even the armed color is good. It seems that we really have an incredible genius on board. The red-haired Shanks, one of the 4 emperors, became more and more interested in the Bai Ze in front of him. Conqueror's Haki, Shock Fruit, Armament Haki. Although the 3 have never grown up, but the qualifications to do it yourself are barely enough. Okay, I promised. I also want to see how strong this newly appointed cadre is. The red hair raised his eyes and looked at Bai Ze not far away, sitting on a rock boldly. Come on, attack me with all my strength. Wow. As soon as Shanks said these words, everyone around, including Benn Beckman, was dumbfounded. It was here that Bai Ze surged with this rich Haki all over his body, constantly pouring into his right hand, and a handful of Haki appeared in his hand after a while. The katana was transformed into Armament Haki, and Shock Fruit burst out with full force, and the aura swept across the 4 poles centered on Bai Ze. Chapter 7. Encounter the Giant Crocodile Pirate Group. 7/276. Chapter 7. Encounter the Giant Crocodile Pirate Group. After a little, at the moment of touching, Bai Ze retreated more than 10 meters. On the other hand, the red hair remained unmoved, and the corners of his mouth were hung with a gentle arc. The eyes of many cadres were all playful. Obviously they had expected this result. Host fighting 4 emperors, red-haired Shanks awakening Observation Haki. Really? Hearing the sound of the system, Bai Ze's eyes flashed Observation Haki. Now, with the addition of the previous Conqueror's Haki and Armament Haki, Bai Ze already has 3 types of Haki. drinking arbitrarily when it disperses. The outside is already pitch black as ink. Seaside. Shanks was smoking a cigar, staring at the star-studded sea, faintly rolling waves. "What do you think of Bai Ze, boy?" The red hair spit out a cigarette, rising up in front of him, wrestling his long cloak, and asked Benn Beckman beside him. "That kid is pretty good. It's definitely not much core combat power if you polish it a little over time." Benn Beckman thought of the scene during the day and nodded with considerable certainty. "Oh, there are not many people who can be so highly rated by you." The red hair took a mouthful of cigarettes mixed with the smell of the sea breeze and looked at the looming sea surface. "I am going to let Bai Ze investigate the news of Ace." "Ace, you mean Blackbeard? It's not right." When Benn Beckman heard the red hair mention Ace, he couldn't help but think of the scene where the red hair was fighting with Blackbeard before the Whitebeard pirates. Of course it was clear that Ace went to hunt Blackbeard. After all, Blackbeard left 3 scars on the eyes of Shanks, one of the 4 emperors. Although the red hair was careless at the time, it was enough to show that Blackbeard was hiding deeply. Bai Ze doesn't lack anything. He wants to go further in the future. This is his opportunity. The wise eyes flickered from the red hair. Although they were very secret, they were still noticed by Benn Beckman. "You mean to investigate Ace's traces, but it is actually to let Bai Ze go to sea for practice." The two have worked together for many years. Benn Beckman has a good understanding of red hair's mind, and he guessed the meaning of red hair. "He who knows me, Deputy Captain. Then I will make arrangements tomorrow. I originally wanted Bai Ze to go to Whitebeard to deliver the letter, but now it seems that Rockstar will replace him." Benn Beckman murmured. The next day, early morning. On the Red Force deck, the Deputy Captain Benn Beckman summoned everyone on the ship, and the red hair looked at each other and said loudly, "I am summoning everyone here. There is something to announce." While talking, Benn Beckman took a letter from his arms. Read more at fictionzone.net. Rockstar. "Deputy Captain, I'm here." Rockstar stared at the 2 panda eyes and hurriedly replied. He didn't sleep last night. Obviously yesterday's events had a huge impact on him. "Well, here is a letter from the captain to Whitebeard." "Where are you going to Whitebeard?" "Hand this letter to him." Send a letter me." Rockstar was a little unbelievable, flattered and somewhat surprised and uncertain. "Of course, this is a test for you by the captain. When you come back you will be a member of our Red Hair Pirates." "Yes, Captain," and Deputy Captain promised to complete the task. Afterwards, Benn Beckman looked at Bai Ze and then glanced over many cadres. "As you all know, some changes have taken place in the 4 Emperors Whitebeard Pirates recently. Each a member of the 2nd Division attacked and killed the captain of the 4th Division and took him away. Dark Fruit Blackbeard's strength is well known to everyone. This person is extremely insidious and cunning. Through comprehensive consideration of the captain and I, due to the particularity of Blackbeard, we decided to send Bai Ze to investigate the traces of Ace and Blackbeard." Benn Beckman said, and the 13 cadres all turned their eyes to Bai Ze. After following the Captain Shanks for so long, they also had some guesses about Shanks' intentions. The trace is false and the sea experience is true. It seems that the captain values Bai Ze very much. But it's no wonder that after all, that guy has 3 types of hockey editions and who will not focus on training. I have heard what the deputy captain said. If there is no objection, Bai Ze, Rockstar, you will leave immediately. The others and I are waiting on the boat for the 2 guys to return. After half a day follow the information given by Benn Beckman to search for Ace's traces. Others don't know, but Bai Ze knows very well that Ace is definitely not Blackbeard's opponent. In the end, Ace was defeated by Blackbeard and used it as a bargaining chip to trade with naval headquarters to get the legal pirate of 7 warlords of the sea. Teach has great ambitions. The reason why he joined the Whitebeard Pirates is to go to the Dark Fruit in the hands of the 4th Division. He hides it very well. Since joining the Whitebeard Black Pirates pattern, there is no trace of it, and he was killed as soon as he shot. He was the captain of the 4th Division, and he eventually killed Whitebeard in the top war, got Shock Fruit, and became the new 4 Emperors. Bai Ze remembers clearly that if he hadn't issued his hand in red at the beginning, the consequences would be absolutely unimaginable. The boats of Bai Ze are a few kilometers away. The flag of the crocodile was flying in the wind, and the observer of the giant crocodile pirate group found the pattern of the Bai Ze ship in the Shanghai pirate group and shouted, "Captain, the pirate ship was found 3 kilometers away. The pattern is empty. There are 3 scars in the left eye. That's Red Hair Pirates." It's the ship of red hair pirates. Well, what? Who is it? How many people are there? As soon as the giant crocodile heard about red hair pirates, his eyes became sharp. As the pirate group under the beast Kaido, the pirate group of the two sides had a fierce confrontation some time ago, and they also let red hair pirates eat. Little loss. Now that I run into red hair pirates, if I can destroy this wave of pirates myself, then I have made another great contribution in front of the Kaido boss. Report to the captain. There is only one person therein. The observation hand stared at the telescope with wide-eyed eyes and held the latest news from the poster this morning in his hand. That person is the 14th cadre of red hair pirates Bai Ze with a bounty of 100,000. Bai Ze, that kid. The giant crocodile heard the report from his subordinates and his eyes bloomed. The newly promoted cadre of red hair pirates has a reward of 100,000 and the leader of his giant crocodile pirate group has a reward of 130 million. The difference between the two I don't know how many times. Ha ha ha, brothers, the opportunity to do meritorious service is here. Give me a shot to kill the 14 cadres of red hair pirates. Let's also give a good breeze in front of Kaido boss. 1 minute later, an artillery shell accurately traversed the arc and landed on Bai Ze, who was lying on the deck chair basking in the sun. Seeing and hearing colors covered this sea area. The traces of the giant crocodile pirate group had long been found, even the giant crocodile and the crew. Our dialogue is clear. The corners of the mouth can't help but evoke a devil's arc. Shoo. Plop. Just as a shell was about to fall on the deck, Bai Ze shock fruit touched when a shell flying from the front was shot into the water. Damn it, kid, order the ship to crash into me and smash the broken ship into pieces. Hee 4 Emperors Redhead 14 cadres, it's cheap lousy. Chapter 8 Tuan destroy giant crocodile pirate group. 8276. Chapter 8 Tuan destroy giant crocodile pirate group. The big pirate ship came in a blink of an eye. The condescending giant crocodile looked down at a small broken ship, and what he saw was the information he had received. 4 Emperors red-haired 14 cadres mother red hair pirates are getting more and more back, so the reward is 100,000 shells. Those who are profitable will be elected as cadres. At the thought of getting rid of the red hair pirates cadres and becoming famous in New World, the giant crocodiles couldn't help but get excited. Good boy, I dare to go to sea alone. 4 Emperors 14 red-haired cadres, what a tempting fat tusk. The giant crocodile, who wanted to smash the small broken ship into fragments, suddenly changed his mind and prepared to mock this. The newly promoted cadre of red hair pirates. Who are you? Lifting his eyelids, he glanced at the yelling giant crocodile opposite. Shit. Speaking out scares you, lousy, is one of the New World 4 Emperors, the beast Kaido's giant crocodile pirate group bounty 130 million giant crocodile. Gia, I didn't expect to meet the 100,000 Bailey cadres of red hair pirates here, Tusk. The giant crocodile was so excited his cannon and all his subordinates locked the kid, and as long as the guy moved a little he would immediately take him down. Beast Kaido giant crocodile pirate group. Of course, Bai Ze knows that red hair pirates and Kaido have had a confrontation recently and they have suffered a small loss. Since they are now the cadres of red hair pirates, let's get some first interest. Well, how is it? Is it scared to hear that lousy bounty 130 million yuan? He. Seeing the thoughtful appearance of Bai Ze, the giant crocodile thought that his name frightened the other party and the vanity in his heart was shocked. Are you finished? Finish that. Just go to die. Armament Haki covered the samurai's sword and immediately slashed out with a slash, then turned into a white arc and attacked the giant crocodile fantasy. What? It's not good. When the giant crocodile reacted, it immediately urged the artificial giant crocodile fruit to form the devil fruit shape of the crocodile head, but when he had just transformed into a successful one, an arc slashed on his body. Bang! With unmatched momentum, the giant crocodile directly turned into a shell and flew out of the pirate ship where it was. The head and the head were separated while the person was still in the air. A head and corpse were turned into 2 stones and fell into the sea. The giant crocodile is dead. Ah, ship. Captain, he is dead. Quick, kill the captain. Was killed in seconds. How could it be possible? That guy is just 100,000 Baileys. How could this be? That guy is done. He actually killed our captain. That's Kaido's subordinates. Read more at fictionzone.net. The giant crocodile pirate group immediately exploded and the eyes that looked at Bai Ze changed one by one. The 14 cadres of red hair pirates were so powerful that their 130 million giant crocodile captain was directly killed. Second. This time things completely broke out. Because they know that Kaido is a famous short-term protection of New World, this is completely over. Since your captain is dead, then you should follow. Glancing at the veteran of the giant crocodile pirate group, Bai Ze protruded his right palm and shook it slightly in the direction of the giant crocodile pirate group. No, that guy is going to shoot again. Hurry up, abandon the ship. The deputy captain of the giant crocodile pirate group immediately plunged into the water without hesitation, splashing a spray, and his reaction was half a beat slow. The subordinates scrambled to follow suit. Boom. Before all the men of the giant crocodile pirate group jumped into the sea, the sturdy pirate ship was immediately shattered in the eyes of the deputy captain and dozens of his men who had escaped. Their pirate ship was crushed to pieces by the red-haired 14 cadres. My god, the 14 red-haired cadres are so strong. However, at the next moment, a haki with Bai Ze as the center instantly enveloped this sea area. The corner of the mouth pulled out a radian and it opened. Puff. Bah. Conqueror's haki color haki red hair pirates 14 cadres. How? Possible. The deputy captain of the giant crocodile pirate group felt the brutality from the spirit and will unbelievably headed. Crooked passed out directly. The red bloody smell overflowed, and the sea kings who smelled the bloody smell in a short time surrounded Bai Ze. After leaving Bai Ze, he heard the screaming wailing sound behind him. All the giant crocodile and pirate groups were wiped out and the entire army was wiped out. Congratulations to the host group for destroying the giant crocodile and pirate group for getting the slashing experience card X100, the Conqueror's Haki upgrade card X100, the Armament Haki upgrade card X100, and the Shock Fruit experience card X100. Perfectly harvested a wave of experience cards. Bai Ze bends the arc of mystery. Obviously this result is very satisfactory. Bring up the properties panel. Name: Bai Ze. Age: 19. Ability: /LV5 Conqueror's Haki LV3 Armament Haki LV2 Observation Haki LV1 Devil Fruit Shock Fruit LV3 Level Item: None. A few hours later, Bai Ze killed the beasts and the Kaido pirates group spread like wildfire, spreading to every corner of New World. To know, regardless of Kaido or the red-haired Shanks, they are the 4 emperors of the sea. Even a small thing can cause riots in the pirate world. New World, a bar on an island. Bai Ze the kid just went out for a long time and destroyed the giant crocodile pirate group of the Beast Guy's 130 million bounty. I really underestimated him. Benn Beckman took the newspaper from the newspaper bird and smiled. Speak out. Captain Bai Ze has stabbed a big basket this time. The Beast Kaido is a famous guardian. I am afraid that Bai Ze will attract the attention of all the pirates under Kaido. Yasop said with a face. Speaking solemnly, they knew too well that the power of the beasts Kaido was the 4 emperors. This kid can do things. The redhead swallowed his drink and glanced at the news in the newspaper. However, kill it if you kill it. As long as the 3 major disasters of Kaido the beasts are not dealt with, just wait and see what happens. Then, what if the 3 major disasters were to be dealt with? A cadre asked curiously. When the red hair heard the cadre's words, the corners of his mouth curled up and said, then red hair pirates will go to war with Kaido. Yes, if the beast Kaido really pulls the face and uses 3 major disasters on the newly promoted Bai Ze cadres, then we red hair pirates will not hesitate to fight. Benn Beckman nodded and agreed. Shanks seemed to be able to communicate well. The consequences can be serious if it makes trouble. Ha ha ha, but now, drink not get drunk today. The convergent red hair raised his glass to face many cadres and members, saying boldly, cheers. Many cadres and members laughed equally, and everything seemed to have never happened. On the other side, Rockstar, who rushed to the Whitebeard pirate group, stared blankly at the newspaper in his hand for a while. The giant crocodile pirate group Bai Ze guy actually killed the giant crocodile pirate group with a bounty of 130 million. Is he already so good? Beast Kaido's pirate group, doesn't that guy really know how to write dead words? Rockstar swallowed his saliva and was shocked. The news was too shocking for him. Chapter 9 You are Bai Ze. 9276. Chapter 9 You are Bai Ze. Not far from the giant crocodile pirate group on an island. Giant Tooth Tiger Jalen pirates. The Wild Wolf Iwan pirates. Lion Majesty Curry's pirates. The 3 great pirates gathered together. At this moment the 3 people were gathered around a newspaper to broadcast news. The most eye-catching one was the photo of Bai Ze, the 14th cadre of Red Hair Pirates. It's this kid who killed the giant crocodile pirate group. Iwan, the wild wolf pirate group with green eyes, stared at the newspaper with green eyes as if seeing a fatal temptation. One person destroys the entire pirate group. It seems that the bounty is very inconsistent with his strength. Lion Majesty Curse's eyes were full of brilliance and he muttered without knowing what